You call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks, and welcome to the Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday, the 16th of June, and just starting basically. Well, it's not a new season, but it's the new season for me. It's the first episode of season three. As I said, well, had a week off there, and while we're in sort of the off season, pre-season, whatever you want to call it, I'll do a few episodes just on different things like you know, outright betting, bet syndicates. Have a few planned for one plan for next week for about free games and free spins and stuff like that. Um, but today I'm just going to give an update on what I've been doing. So I've done a few bets in the Nations League, and I've been really poor. I think most people would agree it's not great football from a betting perspective. Uh, they're basically just glorified friendlies. So it hasn't been at least it's some football and it gave me something to do a bet on to keep me interested. But it's, we really should be going into the World Cup. I think the World Cup would have started a few days ago had FIFA not been money grabbing bastards and obviously sent it to Qatar, which means it's going to be in December. So we really should have had a summer of the World Cup, which probably would have been, I think, which probably should have been in England, shouldn't it? So they robbed us of that anyway. So what we've got is the Nations League. As I say, I've done a few bets, haven't got one up. I have won some money though in at Epsom. I had a lucky 15 that paid 128, and then I had a single, so it was over £200. So no matter what I bet here over sort of the pre-season, the off-season, I'm gonna start the season probably with at least a small profit. It is OSCAT this week, so obviously I'll be doing bets on that, and then I will be tracking them all. This season, I've decided to go a bit more 21st century with sort of profit and loss sort of system. Instead of just writing the bets down, what I normally do, I'll be using Microsoft Excel or Windows Excel, um, creating a spreadsheet because obviously that way it's more professional. Looks better. It's easier to keep a track of because I'll always have my phone on me, so I'll be able to add in bets that I do. Then I'll also be able to publish it, which I plan to do every month. Publish the month's total amount of bets placed, total amount of free bets, and total amount that I won. So obviously with that, I'll be able to give you my season, how the season's going. You know, add the last month on to the next month, etc., etc. So I'll be publishing the first one at the end of the June. The way I'm going to do it is basically on a 4-week rolling system. So if the month has a fifth week, then I'll start a new month. So basically, the way I've got the wee Excel set up, I have the days of the week, the amount staked, the amount won, the amount of free bets I received that week. Because again, there's no point including them in the amount staked because I'm not paying for them. And then obviously the totals at the bottom. So as I say, it's more professional. It's a bit, it's a bit easier to look at. So that's what I will be doing from now on. Um, so yeah, that's basically it. As I say, next week I will be doing an episode on sort of free games within bookmakers. Some of you might know that I play a few different ones. I've tweeted about this before. Uh, how it's some of them are easier to make money at than others. Some of them are terrible. So, ones like Super Six. Super Six is almost impossible to win. A lot of people still play it, including myself. But there are some out there that I believe are worth, you know, playing. There is reasons why you might forget or whatever, but they're definitely worth playing. Um, But yeah, so that they say that's basically it. That'll be next week's episode. Next week's episode will be a bit of an in-depth look at all these different free games that each bookmaker offers, which ones are good, which ones aren't. So yeah, as I say, this is basically the start of the new season. Oh, one other thing I did mean to mention was I've talked about this before, and I've done episodes about it before. I'll just mention it briefly here. About having bet syndicates with your friends. So I have one with guys I work with. There's eight of us. We each put a fiver in a week each, and one person picks a bet. The way we do it, we do a £20 bet on which is a treble, and then we save 20 quid. And then basically it's just just a way to have a bit of money at the end of the season, a bit of fun, you know, with your mates, start a group chat. But I mean, there are numbers of ways to do it. We could bet the whole 40 every week, which would mean the bets that we got up would all be doubled. You know, I got I think two bets up last year, one 130 and a 100, so that would have been 260 and 200. So you may think to yourself, well, that's the best way to do it, and it could be, but unless you're getting bets up consistently, then the best way to do it is to save the 20 because every 5 weeks that you don't get a bet up, it's still £100 banked. And as I say, you can do it in different ways. You could do it between four people. You could do it between eight, six, whatever way you want. Just basically bet half the money and save half the money. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is that we started collecting our money last week. So again, because it's in the off season, we will be saving that £40 every week. So there's, maybe 8, 9 weeks, whatever it is, to the start of the season. We'll have somewhere in the region of £300, something like that, in the kitty, ready to go. We don't always do that. There's been years when we've we've won a lot of money. We've maybe won £300 each for the season, and we've all left maybe 30, 40, £50 in it each to start off next season, so that you feel like you've got a bit of money in it. But definitely something I would consider with your friends, work colleagues, people you play football with, or people just you see in the pub or whatever. But they're definitely a good way, as I say, just for a bit of fun. If your own bets are beat, you know, you can always check the syndicate bet. The way we do ours, as I said, is a treble, um, £20 treble. We also do, to stop people from picking crazy mad prices, we have a fine system. And the way the fine system works is if you make three selections, at least one of them has to be correct. So if you bet three teams to win and two draw and one gets beat, then that's a fine. If you bet overs and they're all unders, so basically this of the three selections, at least one has to be correct. And what that does, it kind of keeps people in line that they don't go out picking 9 and 10 to 1 crazy prices because it's not their money. They're betting £20 that belongs to the syndicate. And also it's another part where you can give a bit of stick to your mates. Somebody gets a fine, I'll see on our WhatsApp chat, as soon as the matches are over and people start checking the bet, you'll start to see pictures of parking fines on people's cars getting posted, and people posting other things about fine this and fine that. So it's a bit of crack, a bit of a laugh. Crack's a Northern Irish word. Uh, it's a good laugh that you can have between your friends. It's let's say a good way just to have a bit of money in the pot. I think last year, what was our payout last year? I should know. I'm the treasurer. Um, the payout was, I think, 290 for 8 people. Each got £290. So listen, it's not gonna break the bank, but again, I usually pay it around sort of towards the end last week of the season, week after, when the Champions League or whatever might be on. And a lot of people who do things, play football, go places, they use that as like had one of the guys was going on a stag weekend, he used it for that. Had a guy who's had his football presentation for his football team, was at the end of the season, so he used that for have him get himself a few beers. So I say it's not, you're not going to break the bank with it, but definitely something to consider with, say, you and your friends. And there is many ways to do it. You maybe don't have to have the fine things, although I think they're good. You maybe don't have to, save 20 or save half the money. You could bet the whole money if that's the way you want to do it. That's fine. But I do think the system we have is the best because again, there may be weeks where you don't get to see people or whatever, and then someone wants to do the bet, and they might not have the money on them, so you can obviously take money from the pot. And if you if you bet the money every week, then you won't. If you haven't got any bets up, you'll have no money in the pot. So the way I do it is to say you have a treasurer. I'm the treasurer of R1. I bought one of those wee mini money boxes you get on eBay for like £8. I have a wee book. I draw up the dates every Friday. I see them all on Friday and work. I have a wee chart of everybody's name and a wee box to tick if they paid their money. That's it. And then some people will not pay for a couple of weeks when they know it's their bet coming up, and then they'll just pay the bet out of their own money, and that'll mark them up for 4 weeks' dues. So to say, it's a very good system, very good thing to do. I'd love to hear if anybody does start one or wants to start one. If you want any advice or any tips or whatever, certainly give me a shout. And that's basically it. As I said, the new Excel thing I'll be posting them at the end of every month. So hopefully this year I can have another profitable year because I don't want to be posting losses on the page. But yeah, so that's that. And then next week, as I say, it'll be a bit longer episode, maybe more in depth about each bookmaker and the free games that they offer, which one I think are the best, which one are worth playing, and which ones that, not saying they're not worth playing, but less likely to win money. And I'll leave you with this. When I'm talking about the free games, William Hill is a bookmaker I only started using, I think, a year or so ago. And I'm glad I did because they offer basically every day you're getting between 5 and 15 free spins. Plus, you'll get other bonuses, other free tokens to play certain games. And this year I've been saving up since the end of the seasons because I haven't really had much to bet on. So I've been using Bet365, but I have saved up £13 in free spins. So if I've got another 5-6 weeks to go before the start of the season, that could be, could be 25, could be 30, could be, listen, it could be it. That could be the loss to win. But most days you're getting 5 spins minimum, and some days a lot more. So I'll go into more depth about that, about what games that I play on William Hill that give you free spins, etc., and all the other bookmakers. But that's basically it for today. Always, Miss if you are betting on Oscat, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.